Morning power up call. We're live. We're starting this off. I am going to check, make sure the audio is working before I dive in. We are on number 98. 98. Nope. Let's see if it's gone live yet. Nope. Still lagging. Let's see here. There we go. Audio is working. So we are live. So, yes, it's the 98th morning power up call. We are getting started here. First off, we've got some housekeeping to go over. We're running a mini competition here to create a new intro for these morning power up calls. The winner is going to get a 20-minute one-on-one call with me. We're going to try and get this done and pick a winner before the 100th episode. I think it would make a lot of sense to switch this up at number 100. However, so there's a link to submit this inside of the announcements channel. Quick tip for those of you who have already submitted, you need to double check, make sure that the link that you shared, you've enabled viewing, because a lot of those I don't have access to view. You shared a link that is restricted. So you probably want to go back and change that, either resubmit it or just change the links where I can view it so you have a chance. We've got a couple good submissions. I'm excited to see what the rest of you guys put together. Again, if that's something that's in your wheelhouse, I wouldn't really do that unless you already are a skilled video editor and just want to do that. If you're just kind of brand new starting out, your time is better spent working on landing copywriting clients and developing your skill. But if it's something you can do, it'd be greatly appreciated, and I will reward you with some extra coaching to make up for your time investment. So that's one part of housekeeping. Second part of housekeeping, yesterday I launched a Ask Professor Andrew channel inside of the general section inside of the real world. So you can now go in and ask me questions directly there. I'm going to check and answer every question posted within there within 24, at least I will answer at least, I will clear the entire thing out at least once every 24 hours, which is going to take a significant amount of my time, but it's going to make sure that you guys are always kept up to speed and moving forward as quickly as possible. I do ask that you are respectful of my time and energy inside of there. Make sure that you're asking questions intelligently. Inside of the boot camp, again, inside of the very first week or inside the first stage as you go through the boot camp, I share exactly the best way for you to ask questions to give me the best opportunity to give you the most powerful answer in response. So if you're not asking questions that format, you can expect to get lower quality answers just because your questions are lower quality. One of my favorite quotes ever by, I think it was Tony Robbins that said it, and he probably stole it from someone else, stole it from someone else, stole it from someone else. But he said that the quality of your life is directly proportional or directly related to the quality of the questions you ask yourself. So if you ask or ask others, the better the questions you ask, the better answers you'll get. The better answers you get, the more easy it is for you to succeed and propel yourself towards something more successful. So inside that channel, feel free to use it, take advantage of it, use the opportunity as you see fit. However, I do recommend that you do so intelligently and you do so deliberately by asking questions with the full context and then using the framework which I teach inside the stage one inside the bootcamp. If you're not really brushed up on that, if it's been a while since you've gone through, I recommend you go and watch the How to Ask Questions video, or the part in the boot camp where I talk about how to ask questions before you ask a question, immediately before you go ask the question inside of the Ask Professor Andrew channel, which has been a lot of fun. I've uncovered some really cool ideas, some cool things I've been able to share with you guys, and I've got a list of interesting things to add to the boot camp material and to add to these morning power-up calls as we move forward. So those are the two items of housekeeping. Let me think, is there anything else? No, that is the full extent of the housekeeping, the little announcements we got to take care of, and we can dive into today's power-up content. Ask yourself why you're here. Why are you on this call right now? The purpose of this call is to give you guys insights into your future. It's to give you mindsets, ideas, beliefs, thoughts, understandings, knowledge, tactics that normally you would have to slave away for a decade or so to gain. I give you those now, and some of you are going to be able to use those to spring forward your success faster now, because you don't have to wait 10 years. You can take and have the advantage of some of that experience now. You're being intelligent and you're leveraging your time. You're investing 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it takes to do one of these power-up calls, to buy yourself decades of time, potentially, definitely years of time. So today I am going to be giving you guys an insight into what happens, what the path of a typical what the ideal path for you as a copywriting student is going to be, not just within the context of this program itself, not within just the context of making your first money as a copywriting freelancer, but but in the full context of what does it look like a decade down the road, 2 decades down the road, et cetera, et cetera. Because if you understand why you're learning what you're learning and what you can use it for, you'll understand the value of investing the time to develop the skill, right? It's making money from copywriting, making a couple of $1,000, right, it's a good thing, and it's definitely a checkpoint along that journey, but it is not the journey itself. It is not the end all be all. It is not the destination. It is not even the goal. It is a step along the way to something bigger, greater, and much more profitable for you. So let's talk about the journey. So you're a young guy, let's say 18, 19, and instead of going to university, you decide to dive full into the real world and decide to develop these skills, right? So you join the program, you watch the videos, you start going through the beginner stages, and you start learning about some basic human persuasion tactics. You learn how people work, how businesses work. You learn how value is created in exchange. You learn how relationships are built, how brands are built. And you learn how attention works, how to grab attention, how to direct attention, how to instill and install new beliefs into your reader so that they will be more likely to make good decisions, to change their life and purchase your products at greater and greater value so they can change their life in greater and greater ways so that they can improve their lives and you can make more money, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You learn these basics, right? You learn how to write persuasively, how to build intrigue, mystery, curiosity. You learn how to persuade, how to engineer value exchange. These skills, right, are extremely foundational to everything you're going to do later in life. These will help you communicate better in the short term and in the long term. Every relationship you set up, every business venture you start in the future will be influenced and managed using these ideas that you learn in the early stages of boot camp. Now, as you learn this and start developing your writing skills, you become more persuasive. You learn how to write, you learn how to communicate. You learn how to create content that is engaging and is addictive to some degree, right? It's so good, it's so valuable, so interesting and compelling that people are drawn to your writing. Now you move from learning those skills, learn how to write, towards learning how to do your cold outreach and sales process. Now you're going to take what I learned and you're going to learn the basic principles of human persuasion. You're going to understand sales. You understand how to set up that dynamic to where you're reaching out, providing value, being unique and interesting, showing that you're a real person, coming off from a position of not desperation, but a position of strength. You're going to learn how to do all these things. And you're going to take some of the templates and ideas. You're going to test out some cold emails. You're going to test out some social media DMs. You're going to test out a couple different options. You're going to look for your niche. Eventually, you're going to stumble upon an outreach method and a niche for you that you are able to get high open rates and get in front of people. You're going to cut your teeth on your first project. It might be a revenue share deal. It might be a very small project for a very small amount of money that's low risk for the other person. But boom, next thing you know, you've earned a client. You've landed your first client. It's an exciting day for you. But for the first time in your life, you have pulled money out of the sky using a laptop or a phone. You have reached out to some stranger. You have found a way to provide value to them, to give them something valuable. And in return, they've given you money for your time and energy, right? Your life will never be the same at this point. From this point on, you are now incapable of regular employment. I hate to break it to you, but once you make your first money on this, it is addictive and it is game over. You will not look at traditional employment the same, because from now on, you know that you can sit down, you can work, and you can pull money out of the sky. You can pull money, you can generate money just by putting your time and energy into this, right? By building relationships with other people. It's a good moment, right? So you're going to do that first project and you're going to get some incredible results for your clients. You're going to help them get higher open rates. You're going to help them sell a lot more of their products. You're going to take your time and energy and you're going to improve their marketing machine, and you're going to get amazing results. And that's going to be really cool. It's going to feel really good when you're able to create marketing assets for businesses that help them increase their revenue, help the people that purchase the product have a better life, just by your time and energy that you've invested, and you're getting paid to do this. At that point, you can take that time, that case study, those results, and you can add that and help that to use You can use that information, use that story, use those results, the screenshots of those results to reach out to bigger and better clients and get bigger and better projects. And pretty soon you'll have 2, 3, maybe 4 clients that you've brought on with entry-level discovery projects. Then you've moved on to bigger and better things. Maybe you're writing their emails for them. Maybe you're redesigning their entire landing page. Maybe you're doing their Facebook ads. It doesn't really matter. You found a need in their business and you've taken the skill of human persuasion and you've applied it to help them get what they want, to shift their marketing machine into something that's more attractive and compelling to their ideal customer and helps those people take steps towards a better life. So you have maybe 2, 3, 4 clients that are paying you thousands of dollars a month to continue to build either different projects or regular services to help grow their business. At that point, you have options, right? You have money coming in, right? You've replaced your income. You're probably earning as much as your average doctor or lawyer at that point, right? But the cool thing is you are entirely independent. You don't need a hospital. You don't need this. All you need is an ability to talk with people and help them grow their business. And from then on, you've got a lot of options, right? There are a few paths, and all of them are business ownership. You can either kind of grow an agency. You can take this skill and you can expand. You can bring on other writers to where they're actually doing the copywriting and you're doing the strategy stuff. That's something that I've done. Or you will start your own businesses. You'll create your own online funnels. You'll create your own online things, which is, again, something I've done. Or you work in tandem with someone else as a business partner who is in charge of developing the growth side of the business, right? Which is, again, something I've done. And so those are 2 options, right? You can launch that. You can launch an e-commerce brand. You can launch all sorts of things, but you will take your skill and you either build your own assets or you will scale it up and build a copywriting or a marketing agency or some other type of agency where you're providing services to help businesses grow. Either way, you've gone from just being someone who trades their time and energy to someone who is driving and creating assets as a business owner. You can increase those, grow those, and build to where you're getting insane cash flow, which is a fun feeling. It's really cool to get 5, 6-figure checks or deposits into your account because of the work that you're doing, because of the assets that you've built. You can then turn around and sell those assets. You can sell your brands. You can sell your agency. There's a whole bunch of options you can have from it to get a liquidity event, get millions and millions of dollars. And as you continue to build your own asset, you can take the cash flow and invest those into other assets. You can start investing into long-term stocks, crypto, real estate, whatever it happens to be, whatever the best asset for that money is beyond the one that you're building, you'll be able to start doing that. So at that point, you'll probably have crossed the 7-figure mark and you're going to start looking at bigger opportunities to invest your capital and your expertise, your ability to build assets into creating larger movements, larger companies that disrupt entire sectors. And that's where you start moving into the 8, the 9, the 10-figure mark, right? 10-figure mark, billionaire status is this billionaire. I'm not going to pretend to know that I got the number right there. But billionaire status is when you have created and shifted an entire industry, an entire aspect of human living. And all of your ability to do so stems from your ability to understand people, to understand markets, to understand products, understand what people need, and to turn around and use your ability to persuade and influence and frame things, products, value in a way that is valuable for people and helps them achieve their goals, right? That is what you are learning how to do in this course. That's what you're beginning to learn how to do. This course isn't just to teach you how to, earn a couple $100 for writing some emails. While that is a checkpoint along the way, this course and this program is to teach you the skills you need so that you can turn around and enter the world of business and create value for others, develop and build your own assets, and become truly wealthy and financially free. Because once you've got your own assets, once you've got your own cash flow coming in, that gives you the ability to travel the world. That gives you the ability to meet interesting people, to show up valuably to a network. Gives you the ability to develop global and political interdependence, to get new passports, get new opportunities, new residency, that type of stuff. It gives you the ability to begin living life on a higher level, right? This program is not about making a couple $1,000, although that is the sort of the 25-meter target. That's the close target that we're running to as we're going to continue to go to the next one, the next one, the next one along this path towards greater financial freedom and personal power. But this program is about becoming someone who understands persuasion, becoming someone who understands business and human interaction, becoming the person that no matter where they are or what happens to them, they can wake up bankrupt or completely all their money drained out of their bank account, and within a couple of days, they get to set up a new opportunity to provide value for someone and bring money into their bank account and to build an asset and to grow that and become financially free. This is about turning you into somebody, a copywriter, a persuader, a human influencer, a marketer, someone who understands humans and how to work with them. It is far beyond making a couple $100 and then taking that to crypto, right? It's far beyond that. This is about becoming something more. That is what you should chase. Sure, you should chase the money, you should chase that, but that identity, that capacity, that's what you should truly be seeking as your ultimate goal. That's why you should put in the time to develop your skills. That's why you should become as competitive as possible as an individual. That's why you should seek to innovate and throw yourself at difficult problems, because by doing so, you will strengthen and enlarge your capacity to be effective on a larger playing scale a year down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years, 20 years down the road. It is not a simple cash grab. This is about developing your capacity, developing who you are. So that's sort of a future glimpse into what you're going to be doing as a copywriter. As you go through this program, as you learn these skills, as you develop this, as you put in the hard sweat equity it takes to develop these skills and to land your first clients and make your first money and write your first landing pages, all that type of stuff, it's all for this greater purpose of becoming the man who can then grow day by day, year by year into the person who can reshape entire industries, because that's ultimately what's going to happen for you in 5 years, 10 years down the road, right? And in the process, you make a lot of money, you'll replace your jobs, you'll earn your friends, and you will cross into that multi-millionaire mark. And it's a fun process. It's a fun journey. It's a difficult journey, but it's a deeply fulfilling journey. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind as you work through this. That is the path. That is the ideal path for you. Now, there's a lot of people who are going to give up along the way. There's a lot of people that are going to work, and it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be hard, and they're going to give up, and they're going to go be a sheep. If that's you, hey, no worries, man. Someone's got to flip the burgers. Someone's got to fill the gas tanks. No worries. But if you're someone who wants more, you're going to lean into those difficult moments because you know where you're going, you know who you are becoming. So keep this in mind. See yourself in the future, see yourself as this person, and live your life and do the work within this overarching context, and you'll get way better than if you just thought it was about making a couple $100 or $1,000 from a client, writing emails. Small stuff. We have business ownership, asset creation, industry disruption as our larger goal. So with that being said, keep this in mind. I will talk with you guys again tomorrow. We've got a lot of cool things. I will be answering the questions inside the Ask Professor section. I'll be reviewing some of these videos, and I'll be producing some new content for you that will be added this week to help you guys move through the program faster, to reach out to clients better, et cetera, et cetera. So keep your eyes on the announcement channel where I will be dropping information for you guys. I will talk with you guys again tomorrow morning.